We often find ourselves looking at our beloved animals with a heavy heart, wondering if the moment we dread the most has finally arrived. It is a question that keeps us awake at night, a silent worry that shadows every interaction we have with them as they age or face illness. We look for physical signs. We watch to see if they are eating, if they are walking, if they are still wagging their tails. But the truth is that the physical body is only a small part of the story. Our animals are not just biological creatures. They are spirits, our younger brothers and sisters in the great journey of evolution. And they possess a wisdom that often surpasses our own when it comes to the transition between life and the spiritual world. When we limit our observation only to the physical symptoms, we miss the most profound conversation taking place, which is the conversation between souls. The spirit of your animal knows exactly when its mission by your side is coming to an end. And because they love you with an unconditional purity that we humans are still learning to master, they try to prepare you for this departure long before the final breath is taken. They do not want you to be caught in despair or confusion, so they begin to send signals, not just through their bodies, but through their energy and their behavior, which are what we call the silent goodbyes. Understanding these signals requires us to quiet our own fear and step into a place of deep intuition and trust. We must remember that nothing in this universe happens by accident, and the departure of a beloved pet is no exception. In the spiritual view, animals plan their entry into our lives, and they also plan their exit. They choose the lessons they come to teach us, and usually, their main mission is to help us understand what true love really looks like. They are masters of affection, patience, and loyalty, and they stay with us exactly as long as is necessary to plant those seeds in our hearts. When they feel that they have given us everything they could, and that we have learned what we needed to learn from them, in this chapter of life, they begin the process of detachment. This is not a rejection of us. It is actually a sign that the cycle has been successfully completed. However, because we are so attached to their physical presence, we often try to hold them back. We try to fix everything, and we ignore the gentle nudges they are giving us that say it is okay to let go. The first, and perhaps the most subtle of these silent goodbyes, is a distinct shift in their energy field. You might notice that your pet, who was always right there in the middle of everything, suddenly seems a little softer, a little more distant, or less present in the room. This change in energy is not necessarily depression or pain, although our human minds often interpret it that way immediately. It is actually a spiritual process where the animal is beginning to withdraw its vital energy from the physical body to prepare for the transition to the spiritual plane. Imagine that they have one foot in our world and one foot in the world of light. And because their focus is starting to shift toward the peace that awaits them, they have less energy to spend on the mundane activities of daily life. They are becoming more spirit and less matter. You might call their name and get a slower response, or you might pet them and feel that while they are physically there, their essence feels like it is floating somewhere else. This is the first silent goodbye, a gentle softening of their presence as they begin to loosen the ties that bind them to the heavy vibrations of the earth. It is their way of slowly stepping back, so that the separation, when it happens, is not such a violent shock to your system. They are teaching us, even in this fading away, that life is fluid and that the spirit is not trapped within the body forever. Another profound aspect of this phase is the realization that they are not afraid. Animals do not have the same fear of death that humans do, because they are more connected to the natural flow of the universe. They accept the cycles of nature without the resistance and the ego that make death so terrifying for us. They know that they are returning to a place of restoration and peace. When we see them slowing down or pulling back, we often project our own anxiety onto them. We think they are sad, but in reality, they are often in a state of deep contemplation and preparation. They are managing their energy to ensure that when the moment comes, it is peaceful. They are also managing our energy. Animals are incredibly sensitive to our emotions, and they spend their entire lives absorbing our stress and comforting our sorrows. In their final days, they may need to step back from that job to save enough strength for their own journey. This is why you might see a change in how much they seek you out for comfort. It is not that they love you less. It is that they are gathering their resources for the great voyage ahead. Recognizing this shift requires bravery because it forces us to admit that things are changing, but it is also a gift because it allows us to align our hearts with theirs and start the process of acceptance together. As we move deeper into understanding these spiritual communications, we begin to notice changes in their roles and relationships within the home. This is the second and third layer of the silent goodbyes. Every animal takes on a specific job when they join a family. Some are the protectors who bark at every shadow, ensuring the safety of the pack. Others are the nurturers who sit on your lap the moment you cry. Some are the jesters who exist to make you laugh when the world feels heavy. As they approach their transition, you will often see them retire from these jobs. The dog that used to patrol the fence line barking at the mailman might simply watch him pass by without making a sound. The cat that used to obsessively knead your stomach when you were sick might now prefer to sleep at the foot of the bed or in another room entirely. This can be heartbreaking for us because we feel like we are losing their personality, but spiritually, this is a very practical and necessary step. They are conserving their energy. They can no longer afford to spend their vital life force on guarding the house or managing your emotions, because all of that energy is now needed to help their spirit disconnect from the physical vessel. They are laying down their burdens. It is a sign that they trust you to be okay without their constant intervention. They are saying that you are safe now and that they need to focus on themselves for this final leg of the journey. Along with this change in roles, there is often a very specific and powerful look that they give us. We call this the look of eternity. It is different from their normal loving gaze. You might catch your pet staring at you with an intensity that feels almost overwhelming. It can be unsettling, and many people mistake this for a plea for help. They look into those big, deep eyes and think the animal is saying, "Save me," or "Fix this." But if you strip away your own fear and really connect with their soul in that moment, you will realize the message is actually quite different. They are not asking to be saved. They are imprinting you into their soul. They are taking a mental and spiritual snapshot of the person they have loved so much. This gaze is a transfer of pure love. It is a way of saying, "I love you so much that I want to merge my energy with yours one last time before I go." It is a look that pulls you in, almost like a hypnotic state, where for a few seconds, time seems to stop. This is a spiritual gift. They are raising your vibration to match theirs so that you can feel the depth of the bond that will never be broken, even by death. Instead of panicking when you see this look, try to soften your heart and send love back. Tell them silently that you receive their love and that you love them too. It is a moment of communion between two souls who have traveled a long road together. Then there is the mystery of relationships within the household. This is one of the most fascinating signs because it often defies logic. You might have a pet that has always been indifferent, or even hostile to a certain family member, or another pet in the house. Suddenly, in their final days or weeks, you find them cuddling with that person or sleeping next to that other animal. On the flip side, an animal that was always glued to your side might suddenly want nothing to do with you and prefer the company of your spouse or even solitude. This is not accidental. Spiritually, they are tying up loose ends. They are resolving karmic bonds and leaving peace behind. If they are suddenly affectionate with someone they used to ignore, they are healing that relationship before they leave. They are making sure that there is no bad energy left in the house. If they pull away from you, the person they love the most, it is often an act of charity. They are trying to help you practice independence. They know that if they stay glued to you until the very last second, your pain might be unbearable. By creating a little physical distance now, They are trying to help you stand on your own 2 feet, ensuring that you will be able to go on when they are no longer physically present. These behavioral changes are complex and can be confusing if we look at them only through human eyes. We tend to take things personally. We think, why doesn't he want to sit with me anymore? Or, why is she suddenly nice to the cat she hated for 10 years? But when we view this through the lens of the Spirit, it becomes a beautiful tapestry of preparation. They are organizing the energy of the home. They are setting the stage for a peaceful exit. They are ensuring that everyone in the family receives what they need, whether it is a mended fence or a lesson in detachment. They are operating from a place of higher knowledge. Recognizing these shifts allows us to respect their process rather than fighting against it. It helps us to stop demanding that they be who they used to be, and allows us to honor who they are becoming in these final moments. It is a transition from a physical companion to a spiritual guardian, and that transformation requires changes that we must try to understand with patience and gratitude. Hey, my friend, I know how heavy this topic is, and I can feel the love you have for your little companion just by the fact that you are here, reading or listening to this. It takes so much courage to face these moments. If you are finding some comfort or clarity in these words, please consider joining our family here on the channel by subscribing. We are building a space where we can talk about these deep emotional things without fear. And please, leave a comment below. Not just a generic one, but maybe share the name of the pet you are thinking of today. Let's fill the comments section with the names of these beautiful souls so we can honor them together. You are not walking this path alone. We are here with you. As we reach the final stages of this journey, we need a way to ground our spiritual understanding into practical decisions, because ultimately, we are the guardians responsible for their well-being. This brings us to the concept of the 3 joys, a simple but profound way to assess their quality of life through the eyes of the soul. To do this, you must think back to when your pet was in their prime, full of health and vitality. What were the 3 things that defined their happiness? Maybe for your dog, it was chasing a tennis ball, eating dinner with gusto, and going for car rides. Maybe for your cat, it was jumping on the high shelf, watching birds through the window, and scratching their favorite post. These activities are the expressions of their spirit in the physical world. Now look at their life today. Can they still do these 3 things? If they cannot do them in the original way, is there a modified version that still brings them a spark of joy? For example, the dog can't run after the ball, but does he still chew on it happily while lying down? If the answer is no, if those 3 main pillars of their joy have collapsed, and there are no substitutes that bring a light to their eyes, this is a very clear signal. The spirit stays in the body to experience joy, to learn, and to love. When the body becomes a prison that prevents the expression of their true nature, the spirit naturally begins to yearn for release. We often hesitate to make the decision to help them pass because we feel guilty, as if we are playing God. But in the Spiritist view, helping an animal transition when their body is no longer a vehicle for joy is an act of supreme mercy. It is not ending their life, because life is eternal. It is merely opening the door to free them from a suit of clothes that has become too tight and painful to wear. The final sign that often accompanies this physical decline is the visitation in dreams. This is a beautiful phenomenon that happens to many people, sometimes before the pet passes, and very often shortly after. You might have a vivid dream where your pet appears to you, not as the sick, old, or frail animal they are now, but young, vibrant, and healthy. They might look at you and convey a message of, "I am ready," or "I am okay." These dreams are not just your imagination processing grief. They are often actual visits on the astral plane. When our bodies sleep, our spirits loosen slightly, allowing us to meet with those we love in the spiritual dimension. If you have a dream where your pet seems to be saying goodbye, or showing you that they are strong and free, trust that feeling. It is their way of giving you permission to let them go. They are showing you the reality of who they are outside of their suffering body, so that you can have the courage to make the necessary decisions in the physical world. They want you to know that the sickness does not touch their soul. The cancer, the kidney failure, the arthritis, these are things of the earth. The spirit remains untouched, perfect, and luminous. When you combine this spiritual validation with the practical assessment of their daily joy, the path becomes much clearer. You realize that holding on too tight is for your benefit, not theirs, and that true love sometimes means breaking your own heart to save theirs. When the moment finally comes, whether it happens naturally in their sleep or through the merciful assistance of a veterinarian, know that you are surrounded by light. You are not alone in that room. The spiritual benefactors who look after animals, and often loved ones of yours who have already passed, gather near to help with the transition. It is a sacred moment, not a tragic ending. Your pet is simply stepping from one room into another. They leave behind the pain, but they take with them every single ounce of love you ever gave them. That love is the currency of the universe. It is the only thing that is real and permanent. So, if you are navigating this difficult time right now, breathe. Trust the signs. Trust the look in their eyes, the shift in their energy, and the wisdom of their silence. They are guiding you just as much as you are guiding them. They are ready to run free in the fields of light, and they will wait for you there, patient and loyal, just as they have always been. My dear friends, thank you for spending this time with us. I know this is not an easy video to watch, but it is such an important one. If this message touched your heart, please subscribe to the channel so we can continue to support each other on this spiritual journey. And I would love to ask you something special. Do you have a story about a sign your pet gave you? Did they visit you in a dream, or do something unusual before they passed? Please share your story in the comments below. Your experience might be the exact comfort that someone else needs to read right now. Let's turn the comments into a circle of healing and shared memories. Stay with God, and remember, love is the bridge that death can never burn.